Hey, everybody, what's up? What's up? Anthony Morrison here, and welcome to tonight's Success Connection. Man, I am excited about tonight. Hold on one second. Let me get my webcam on. Here we go. Boom. You should be able to see me now. Awesome. Hopefully you are all doing well and excited about 2020 being over and 2021 coming our way in just a few minutes, a few hours, I guess, depending on where you live. Um, it is going to be a new year and hopefully the start to something really good. I'll go on and tell all of you right now, you know that I'm usually just straight high energy, excited, ready to motivate and just break you out of your shell and get you popping, right? Um, but I'll be totally honest with you. 2020 dealt me one more like call it a left hook right before it left, and I actually have an extremely bad tooth infection right here, and I can barely talk. I can actually barely think. It is really bad. Unfortunately, earlier I had a root canal in this tooth 5 years ago. It failed earlier this year. They say sometimes these things fail, and this tooth was infected. I was scheduled to have surgery on it. It's a different type of surgery before they pull it. They do some kind of apoectomy where they cut your gums and all this weird stuff you don't want to hear about. I was scheduled for that in March. COVID hit. They shut down, wouldn't do it. I took antibiotics, the infection went away, and then COVID's still here. So you guys know I'm pretty quarantined. I'm not one of the anti-maskers, and I'm not one of the ones that thinks it's fake. I know people that have died from it, many actually, unfortunately. And so I've stayed home, and I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning with just, I knew it was back. Let's put it that way. And so I've been taking antibiotic, but it takes 10 days of some harsh antibiotics. So not only is my tooth hurting, but just overall I feel terrible. You guys know 2020 has been a year of health and wellness for me. I haven't been sick. I have been probably the healthiest that I have ever been in my life this year. And interestingly enough, right as we go out, it's gonna try to take me down. You know what I mean? So you guys know New Year's Eve, still gonna be here with you. Sick, feeling really bad. From just the throbbing in my face. My tooth is unfortunately your sinus cavity runs through here, and my sinuses and my tooth root almost touch. And so pulling the tooth is dangerous to rupturing my sinus. And so that's the reason I didn't get it pulled earlier. They were scheduling this other type of thing. But when I get a tooth infection, because it's infected up here in the root, it infects my sinus. So my face hurts all the way back here and all the way up here. So it's just, you'll see me just kind of cringe a couple times tonight. And I apologize. I'm not trying to win any sympathy votes. It is just, if you've never had an infection in your mouth, if you've never had a tooth infection, let me tell you something. I have toughed it out this year. I have hurt myself in the gym. I have trigger finger where my finger won't move, from gripping weights. Nothing will bring you to your knees more and faster than a tooth infection. It's just that part of your face that you just can't. It's really hard to shake, right? So my apologies if I'm a little low key tonight, a little out of it. I've been out of it for a couple days now. It just got way worse today than it has been. So with that said, still excited about leaving 2020. It's going to hurt me on the way out, but I'm excited about leaving it, and excited about what's to come in 2021. Let me set the stage real fast for our new people here on the Success Connection. The Success Connection is it's an event that I do every single Thursday night. My goal is to bring value. My goal is to inspire. My goal is to help you, as one of my good friends, Ty Lopez, mentioned it this week in a Clubhouse chat, and I'm going to steal it from him because it's what I try to get people to do, and I think I've never articulated it this way, but it's to see around corners, right? So a lot of people, a lot of people see straight through, right? You see one direction, right? And so when you see, I want to be successful, I want to make more money, I want to build an offer, I want to do a webinar, I want to do this, I want to do that, and you see this straight path, it's the same path everybody else sees. When you're able to see around corners, you're able to see what people don't see. And knowing what other people don't know is what's going to make you succeed at a higher level. And so my goal is to take my ability to see around corners, and I've seen around corners for years in my career, and share that with you each and every week right here on the Success Connection. It's a place where we build products for you. So for those of you that are new, it doesn't matter what course of mine you've bought. If you've bought my Partner with Anthony course, my Ambassador course, my Digital Marketing Academy course, or my newsletter, right? It doesn't matter what it is. We invite you all here. This is a place where we all come together and we focus on one topic, one thing, one strategy, one funnel, one business, right? That we can build out together, because I truly believe that all internet marketing intertwines, and it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can always loop in and connect something else to it, right? It's like this big, woven basket. You can touch any one piece of it. And if you take your finger and you never take it off the basket, you can go around the whole basket. It's all weaved together, right? And I truly believe that's how internet marketing is. So if you're a new student, welcome. We're glad to have you. Hopefully you'll start 2021 off attending every single Thursday night and ready to learn. This is not a continuation of a Partner with Anthony training. This is not a continuation of the Ambassador program. I kind of changed this up. This is a done with you and done for you type of thing. Each week, we build out specific pieces of a business. We come up with, what type of business do we want to launch together? What type of business do we want to do? What type of business do we want to be in together, right? And maybe not together, but what kind of business do we want to build? And then we start that building process. And we build and we build and we build and we break that process down maybe over 4 to 6 weeks so that it's micro pieces, because I truly believe that you can learn, right, at a much more efficient rate when things are broken down into small pieces and not given to you all at once. One of my most successful programs that we've ever sold is our Partner with Anthony program. We pay more people commissions than I think have ever earned commissions from other places with the information that we've taught. We can see that people are earning, hundreds of people every single month that we pay out through the Partner with Anthony program, which are also earning money from all kinds of other places that we don't even know about, ClickFunnels, GetResponse, on and on. And the interesting thing is that information is drip fed, right? Over the course of 24-hour intervals, so that it kind of forces you to focus. It's small pieces. I've told this story many, many times, and I'll tell it once more as we end 2020, because I want to set your mind right for 2021. When I was younger and I was trying to learn how to do seminars, really wanted to excel in the seminar. I don't know why I wanted to excel in the seminar world, but I did. And I was trying to consume all the information. There was so much going on. How much does it cost to put people in a seat? What product are we going to sell? What hotels do we go to? What demographics should we target? What DMAs are we going to mail to? Should we do direct mail? Should we do, internet marketing? Should we do a television show? There's all these things, right? And I'll never forget watching this TV show. And it's so important. I was watching one of those Food Network shows where it was like man versus burger or whatever, right? And really what it was could this human eat this really big thing, right? That's really what it ended up being. And there were two people that were competing to eat this giant hamburger. It's like this big. I don't know how it could fit. If I ate it and it went into my stomach, I think I would have to have surgery to have it removed. Like, it was huge. And it was funny because there was this one really big dude, right? Overweight, massive guy. I don't know how much he weighed, probably 300 pounds. Like, just sumo wrestler looking dude, right? Like, and then there was this little skinny dude, looked like me, right? Look, skinny, right? And they were competing with who could eat the most of this hamburger. And if you were to take Vegas odds on this, like, everyone would have bet on the big dude, right? More space to store the burger. Let me tell you what was interesting. The big dude took the hamburger, he's holding it like this, and he just goes and shoves his face all the way in it. Just think about it, just stuff everywhere, all over his face, right? And he pulls it back down, and he looks at it, and he bites over here, and he pulls it back down, and he looks at it, and he bites over here, and he pulls it back down. He kept doing this. Shortly after he got started, he quit. He gave up. He stopped. He was sick. The skinny dude, he took the first like 10 minutes and did nothing but tear that hamburger into little pieces. It was so funny. Nobody understood what he was doing. This was a race. It's like, who could eat the most in X amount of time? So he's sitting there and just tearing this burger into these little pieces, right? And he has this pot, it's like a pile of these things, right, on this plate. And he puts them behind his back, all right, behind him. He can't see them. And he had his hand, he'd reach back, he'd grab a little piece, he'd eat the little piece. And he'd reach back, he'd grab another little piece, and he ate the next little piece, and the next little piece. And here's what was interesting. He ate far more of the hamburger than the big dude, like double what the big dude was able to eat. And the moral of that story, and the reason I tell that story to end 2020 and to begin 2021, is for two reasons. Reason number one, you have to stop looking, you have to know what your end goal is, but you can't focus on all the stuff that you got to do to get there at one time. You have to take it in stages, in steps, right? Look, let me show you something. All right, if this right here represents a successful online business that's making money, okay? So that's what that is. All right, we'll go like this, and this is you. All right, and there you are. All right, what are the pieces of that puzzle? What kind of tears can we make in this successful business? Well, the first thing we've got to do is we have to have the idea, right? Like the niche. We have to have our niche, our offer, our idea of like what is it? What is our niche? What is our idea, right? And then we're probably going to have a funnel, right? And that's what most people think, but check this out. It's not really the funnel. You determine what is the funnel, and then you break that down. Maybe we have our opt-in page, okay? And then maybe we have our sales page, okay? And maybe we have our OTO page. That's that upsell page that we talk about all the time with you guys. Maybe we have our thank you page, okay? After that, what else do we have? Maybe we have our email follow-ups, okay? After that, maybe we have YouTube ads, all right? Then we have Facebook ads. Maybe we have some Instagram ads and influencer ads, okay? And then maybe down here we have something like optimize, and we could break this down into many different things, right? But here's the thing, if my vision, okay, if my vision is checking all of this, if I'm looking at this, okay, if I'm looking at all of this to get to that successful online business, I'm gonna be just like the big dude was trying to eat the hamburger. I'm gonna quit, you know what I mean? It's too much. It's too much stuff. So what you gotta do is you gotta put these barriers up, and you gotta say, hey, let me focus on what is my idea and what is my niche. When I'm done with that, let me just focus on building a really good opt-in page for that niche, and only that. That's all I'm focused on. That's it. Okay. And after that, Let me focus on this sales page, and on and on and on. Your vision stops, okay? Your vision, it stops at your next point, right? At the next point that you, in line, that you have not yet completed. So when I get to this sales page thing, my vision sees my niche, my opt-in page, and my sales page, and that's all I see. I don't see what's beyond that until I get to that next point. And what happens is we break these things down into small, consumable, understandable, applicable pieces, right? That we can then act on. The human brain is not designed to take all this information in, assimilate it, process it, act on it, and succeed on it all at one time. If it was, then we wouldn't go to first grade, second grade, third grade. We would just go to college out of the gate, and they would just say, hey, let's talk about organic chemistry and molecules. They don't do that though. We train our brain in many steps, not many, but many small steps. You learn to add and subtract long before you learn statistics and trigonometry. And there's a reason for that. It creates synapses in your brain, different connections within your brain that allow your brain to then understand how to problem solve, right? Which is really what you have to do when you're building a successful business. You got to problem solve. So we have to break things down into small pieces. That's what we do on the Success Connection. We take this vision right here, okay, this thing over here, and we break it down into small, applicable pieces. That's the goal. Each and every week, we focus on one piece of this puzzle. And in focusing on that one piece of the puzzle, we build it out for you and we build it out with you, right? And so if you're new, what that means is that when we focus on, say, oops, what happened there? Let's do that again. When we focus on, say, this opt-in page, okay, we're likely to build that opt-in page for you and give it to you. But then I'm likely to ask the community, all of you, to go build your opt-in page and give it to me to review. It's a done for you and a done with you type of scenario. And when you do something like that, you're getting good direction, good solid direction, but you're also learning and applying what you learned. And that's the biggest key to success in 2021 is applying the knowledge that you're given. Can I get a yes in the chat box if you're with me on that? All right. Ronald was the very first person to say yes. Ronald, I hope that you have a phenomenal new year. That's a great start to 2021. I really do. I see so many yeses coming in. It's always inspiring to me to see. Do you know that we had almost 600 people join us on Christmas Eve? I don't know if I told y'all that when we were doing this. 600 people on Christmas Eve night for an hour right here on the Success Connection. That's the dedication I'm talking about. Like, that's what it takes. You know, I wanted to be the greatest educator in the online space. That was my goal. I wanted to be the greatest. Not the richest, right? I didn't want to make the most money. I wanted to be the greatest teacher. And I thought to myself, how can I accomplish this? And there's two paths. There's the path of accumulate as many students as you possibly can. Some will stick, some will leave. And then if you accumulate just such a big group of people, the ones that stick will become a really big group and you'll be known as the greatest teacher in the land. The other was focus on the students that you have, deliver so much value, so much education, so much of your time, so much of your energy, so much of your heart, so much of your knowledge that those people, they love you. They love everything that you put out. They attach themselves to you because they know they're in the circle of influence that's going to help them, that's going to create success in their lives, and that those people become your biggest champions. Those people become, your biggest voice. Instead of you, it's them. And I have to say, as we end 2020, one of the most interesting things came to my mind. Unfortunate but fortunate, and it hit me on Christmas Day. My birthday was Christmas Eve, as you guys know, and I was so busy on Christmas Eve. I spent some time with my family, as you know, but I was preparing for what I was going to talk about on the Success Connection. And when I saw 600 people show up, the next day I realized that I had forgotten. It had slipped my mind that I didn't go see my dad on my birthday. My dad died 2 years ago, in 2018, and this is the first time I didn't go on my birthday to see him. And it's not a bad thing. It's a thing where your purpose shifts, right? My purpose for so long was taking care of my dad, and now it's like, and I've always had this purpose here to train, to educate, to show up, even if I feel terrible like I do right now. I still show up, and it was interesting that I was so excited about the people showing up for me on Christmas Eve, even though I was there to train and to teach. That it made me forget one of the hardest thoughts I think that I have in my years, on my birthday and on my dad's birthday. So when you show up, is my point. When you show up and you commit to a process and to something that helps other people, you get so much value out of it, right? Do I think that I've become the best trainer, the best teacher, the best educator, the whatever, best in the land? No, I don't. I don't think I'll ever be the best. And I think that's a good thing, because that means I'll never stop striving, right, to be the best. And hopefully in 2021, I'll take another step forward towards being the best the best that I can be anyway for all of you. And that's truly, it's truly my goal. For those of you that are new tonight, usually we're drawing funnel. Let me show you. This is what we've been working on let's look, because I started these notes, you can see right here, in August. So August 5th, I started the notes on our full stack business, right? And as you can see, this is funnels, explaining the different types of funnels and how to funnel stack, explaining where the product goes, explaining the different optimal paths that people can go down, creating steps for our business and our plan and topics. I mean, and look at this, these notes, by the way, you can all have these notes, even if you're new, you'll get these notes. I mean, you can see, we literally go down through what are OTOs? What are the numbers that you can expect? I mean, it's months worth of notes, right? So just so we're clear, the Success Connection is not about sitting here listening to me talk like I'm doing tonight. The reason that I'm talking tonight is because we are finished with this. If I get down to the bottom, it's so many notes that I have taken and given to you guys. Okay, is that we finished with the full stack business. We finished with that, and now we have moved on to, give me just 1 second, let me try to get some water. We're moving on to a new business, right? And we're going to start that new business next week, okay? Obviously not going to start it on a holiday, because I know that not as many people will be able to be around for the beginning of it. And the question that I have for you, and the lesson I want to share with you tonight, is so important. Last week I told you to write your goals, your actions, and your negative actions, and post them in our Facebook group, okay? And hundreds of you did this, which is phenomenal. We'll talk about it in a second. But we break it down like this, okay? Here's our goal. Here's our action, okay? And here's our negative action, okay? So we kind of break it down in these three columns. So for instance, if you look back up here, so that I don't have to draw it out again, if our goal is to make $2,000 a month on the internet, okay, what are the actions that we have to take in order to get there? Well, we might have to post daily in our Facebook. Sorry, post daily in our Facebook group. We might have to, hold on one second. Just get my chair so I can take some, sometimes when I'm just standing, you know, I don't know if, again, my tooth just goes, feels like it's alive, you know what I mean? It's like throbbing. So just put some weight off, take some weight off. So we have our goals, make $2,000 a month online. What are the actions we got to take to get there? Never miss the success connection. Post in the Facebook group. Invest X amount of dollars per month in education, tools, and traffic, right? So what are some negative actions that will support those actions that support our goals? Well, if we stop watching TV, as you can see here, if we stop watching TV, we stop playing on Instagram and Snapchat, okay, that's going to lead to more time posting in the Facebook group and watching the Success Connection training, okay? If we're drinking, you know, if you're a drinker, if we stop drinking, that's going to give us money, believe it or not, money to invest in our advertising. So we can do something over here that's a negative, or we can eliminate that negative and open up the opportunity for a positive. And this is what I was talking about last week was we all set these goals, these New Year's resolutions, right? Hold on, I'm gonna sit. We set these New Year's resolutions, and this is what I find so amusing, not really amusing, more troubling than anything, is we set these New Year's resolutions where we say, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z next year. And then we never do it. And the reason we don't do it is we don't have a freaking plan, you know? We don't have a plan. We don't know what actions we got to take, what negative actions we have to stop. And if you think about it, if you're a drinker, okay, I see nothing wrong with people drinking a glass of wine with dinner, or going out on the weekends with your friends and having a beer, right? Whatever. I'm not like this I don't drink, but that's because I choose not to, not because I think you're a sinner and a terrible person if you do, okay? I'm not judging you. What I'm saying is when we take the things out, when we know that we need this in our lives, we need this money to invest in tools, in resources, in traffic, so that we can make our business grow, right? When we know that we need that, if we're serious about it, and let's just say you're on a fixed income, you make $3,000. We don't want to say you make. Let's say you make $3,800 a month. Okay, if you're spending $300 a month on alcohol, which is not something that you need, it's not something you must have, right? Then if you eliminated that for a month, that would give you $300 to invest over here in this action that needs to be taken in order to meet this goal, right? And so people ask me all the time, how can I reach my goals if I don't have the money, right? I don't have the money to get started. And I say to them, eliminate the negative actions that cost you money because they're taking away opportunity. And so you have to make a list of those things. And a lot of you did. You did your homework. You posted in the Facebook group all of your goals, all of your actions, all of your negative actions. Now we want to take this a step further for our final success connection, okay, of 2020 anyway. So let's say our goal is to make $2,000 a month, okay? And our actions are, you know, we got to show up for the success connection on Thursdays, okay? We've got to post in the Facebook group daily, okay? We need to build a funnel. So we need to focus on funnel building, if you will. We need to focus on traffic generation. Okay, we need to focus on content. The more content you put out, the more organic and completely free traffic you're going to get. It's just a fact, like 100% factual. And let's just say that these are the only things, all right? And what we're going to cut out is TV. We're going to cut out social media as it pertains to just reading around on social media. You clearly could get on social media if it has something to do with business. We're going to cut out maybe the drinking, right? Maybe going out to dinner, right? I'm not saying that you have to do this. I'm just throwing out ideas, okay? And maybe it's Starbucks, right? That's a popular one you see people use as examples. You could drink a 30-cent cup of coffee at home or a $5 cup of coffee from Starbucks. You choose, but you can save $150 a month towards that you can put towards your marketing budgets and your acquisition budgets and such. Makes sense. So these are our actions. Here's what you have to do. I call this time allocation. Okay, this is what's really important, all right? And I want you to all pay close attention to this. As entrepreneurs, we get very bogged down, okay? So it's very easy for us to get bogged down. So we're gonna go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. So here's a hack. This is a productivity hack. I don't think I've ever really given you a productivity hack on here because we usually are just sticking straight to the topic of funnels and such. But I do think that a productivity hack can really, how many of you want a productivity hack? One that can really help you. Okay, I see lots of yeses already coming in. So check this out. First thing you do is you draw this out and you say to yourself, okay, what time do you wake up every morning? All right. I wake up at 8 a.m. Okay. So I wake up at 8 a.m. Then we kind of plan out our day, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then what you do is you just do these little lines, just like this. All right. And then you have an hour time slot, because I'm a true believer that you can't get anything done in less than an hour, right? No real positive education, whatever you want to call it, is going to get done in less than an hour. You know, you could, especially when you're in the learning phase, you don't need to rush learning. So you can make this on a spreadsheet, by the way. Okay, so you've got your time slots. The first thing I look at is, okay, the first hour that I wake up in the morning, I'm not going to work. I'm going to eat breakfast. I'm going to relax. I'm going to let my mind turn on. I might read, right? Might get on the internet, read news and stuff like that. So I'm going to block, let's just put it in green. I'm going to block this first hour out of my calendar, okay, for things that I need to do for me. First time when I wake up in the morning. These are blocked out, okay? Now, we also know that we have to eat lunch, right? Whatever time you want to eat lunch. I choose 12 o'clock. I eat lunch at 12 every day, okay? So you have to block this time out. And this lets you get on like a machine, on a schedule, right? So you block this time out, you're not going to do this. Nothing happens here, okay? Now, you can clearly then see visually how many hours you actually have to work and focus on all of these actions right here in a day. So what I do is I go in and I start writing them out. So for instance, at 9 a.m., I'm going to do nothing but check email. So what this does is it lets me get through my email, okay? I'm just going to do an arrow. It's going to let me get through my email so that I know that I'm good to go for the day on my emails, right? Like I can answer my emails and I can move forward with the rest of the stuff that I want to do. From 10 to 11, I'm doing YouTube content. Okay, so people always ask me, well, how do you get so many YouTube videos done? It's simple. At 10 o'clock every day, I'm filming YouTube videos, period. It just doesn't matter what's going on in the day. I'm handling the content creation, right? Like that's what I'm doing, all right? That's just part of it. Now, we're gonna do this for you, right? So again, content was part of our equation, all right? Now, The next hour, right after I do YouTube content, I'm going to look at traffic generation, okay? Now, here's what this is doing. This is an hour of your day that is dedicated to nothing but traffic generation. You might spend this time researching traffic generation. You might spend this time researching paid ads. You might spend this time researching influencers that can promote your products for you. You might spend this time finding solo ad providers. You might spend this time posting on your social media to drive traffic to something. The point is that from 11 to 12, all you're doing is focusing on ways to get traffic. Does that make sense to everybody? Because what happens is we always get caught up in the building part, right? Look at this new funnel, look at this new offer, look at this new this, look at this new that, you know, and that makes it very hard to make any money because you're never focusing on the one thing that you got to have to make money, which is traffic, okay? So I write this out, and I mean from this point until lunch, I am focused on getting traffic, okay? Traffic methods, traffic generations. All right, now, of course, I'm using this from your perspective, building your funnel, okay? So we got to focus on building funnels, posting in your Facebook group, and traffic generation. So this might be Facebook post time. So Facebook group activity. Now, why do I suggest this? Well, a couple of reasons. First of all, lunch is not always going to go from 12 to 1, right? You may finish a little faster. You may be able to do this Facebook group stuff by 12:45, right? Might be 1:15, might go a little longer. But the Facebook group, in my opinion, you should have 1 hour a day where you're reading other people's posts and you're making your own. Because all the people in our Facebook group are there for a reason. And it's the same reason you're there. They want to learn. And some are a little further along than you. Some are not as far along as you, which means you're always going to be in the middle. Some above you, some below you, which means you can help those that are below you and you can ask for help for those that are above you, right? It's just common sense. That's the reason why we created it. You guys don't utilize it enough because it's not a part of your daily activities, right? It's not on your calendar. It's not an action step that you have created space and time for. It's interesting, my wife was telling me that I don't have, and this was earlier this year, she said, Anthony, you don't create space and time for me. So, sweetie, I've been with you for 11 years. Of course I create space and time with you. I'm with you all day. She said, well, let's walk through your day. What do you do from the moment you wake up? Well, I work. And she said, and when do you stop working? I'm like, well, you know, by 7 o'clock. She said, okay, so you're not on your phone answering emails or chatting with work people at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock? I'm like, well, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Probably when I go to bed. And she said, okay, so from the morning, the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed, you have work on your mind. Where is the space and time for me? And I'm like, well, I just assume you're there all the time. And the point is you're not. You have to create that space and that time for each activity, each important thing in your life, right? It can't just be that you've got the tab open on your computer, kind of like, well, I have my wife in the house with me. No, you have to create space and time to focus on that tab or on your wife, right? And a lot of you don't do that. And I think it's necessary. I think the Facebook group is a phenomenal way to teach you to network with each other and help each other. I don't make any money from the Facebook group. In fact, all we have to do is hire moderators and deal with problem children that jump in our group, right? There's no real benefit for us. It's really for you. Never do I promote anything in the group, you know, so it's like, We don't use it as a monetization point. We just use it as a way of connecting you to help you. All right. Then we might focus on our funnel. Okay. So for the next hour, we're going to focus on funnel building, and that's it. Okay. Nothing else. It's everything else is turned off. You're not on your Facebook group. You're not looking at traffic. You're looking at your funnel. Okay. And for some of you, the funnel might be something you have to do for, it takes you a little bit of time. So it might be a 2-hour thing for you. Okay. And that's okay. And then you can come back in here, only on Thursday nights, you have the Success Connection training. And it's down here at 9 Eastern, right? So that's on your map. And then you have these other 2 hours, right? And you can do with them what you want. It might be research. Usually what I'll do is I'll check my email at the end of the day and the beginning of the day, so that if there's any problems, I'm able to solve them, right? Now, in this particular scenario, you're quitting work at 6 o'clock because this 5-hour thing is, from hour 5 on. So you might move your email up here to number 4, then you're quitting by 5. My point is, if you do this exercise and you stick to this exercise, what you'll find is that you're going to have more success, okay? More success than you've ever imagined possible, okay? And the reason will be because you have first of all, you've written down your goals, okay? And those goals have led you, and this is what's important, the goals have led you to create actionable steps, okay, that let you reach those goals. Then you create a schedule like this that is going to help you achieve the actions, right? Complete those actions that will allow you to achieve that success. So all in all, what ends up happening is that you end up succeeding, okay, which is what we obviously want. We want you to all succeed, but you end up succeeding at a really high level, okay? Computer's messing up. You end up succeeding at a really high level because you have a high level of efficiency, okay? And when I'm thinking about what's the best message that I can leave you with, like what's the best message I can give you for the new year, right? It's not, hey, let's go build a funnel tonight. It's how to give you a plan of action, a plan to take the action you need to take to reach the goals that you set. What I want for our Success Connection community is for you guys to be a community of people that don't just set New Year's resolutions. You set New Year's goals, you set the actions that you need to take to achieve those goals. You list the negative actions that you need to stop doing that are going to allow you the time, space, money, and energy to do the actions that are going to reach those goals. And then you put it into a plan just like you see right here, a calendar plan of your day. And look, I know that not all of you are staying at home. Not all of you have 9 hours to do this, and that's okay. Maybe your day is completely different. Maybe your day starts off, I wake up at 9 a.m., I get my kids ready for school, I don't get back home till 5 p.m. from my job. That's fine. Start your schedule at 6, right? What do you do with that time? Are you watching TV? Let's eliminate it. Let's add in a block of time for working on funnels. Are you going out on Saturday and partying and hanging out? All that stuff? Okay. Well, let's nix that off. On Saturday, let's go on and let's work on let's take the whole day and let's draw out a plan like this. Let's give up our Saturdays. You know how one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give all of you is if you want to win, you got to give up the weekend, right? Entrepreneurs, we don't have weekends. There's no such thing as, oh, it's the weekend. What? My business doesn't turn off on Saturday, and neither will yours. When you own a business, you don't get weekends, right? You're grinding, you're working hard, but you get to a point where you get lots of time, lots of free space, lots of freedom, right? But when you're starting off, you don't have weekends. And especially if you've got a day job, because if you've got a day job, you don't have a lot of time to work on your business. So you got to take back your weekends and use those efficiently, right? To help propel your business and to help create the success for you that you deserve. I believe each one of you deserve massive success in 2021. My goal is to help you achieve that. My goal is to get you there. My goal is to inspire you to get there and to give you as much education as I can to help you achieve the success that you deserve. I believe we all deserve it, right? It's just only some of us are willing to work for it. Only some of us are willing to sacrifice for it. And I want you guys to be the ones that are willing to work for it and willing to sacrifice for it. And I want to give you the tools and the resources and the knowledge to know how to make that happen. Okay? So that's my goal for 2021 is provide you with more funnels, provide you with more done for you businesses, but to remind you of how to take that knowledge and take those assets and turn them in to real things, not just a bunch of funnels sitting in a ClickFunnels account, but a real business, right? So listen, last week I told you we were going to do this contest. I'm going to extend this one more week if you guys don't mind. I'll be totally honest with you. I just flat out haven't felt well enough to go pick winners of these. I saw a lot of you did this. It's freaking awesome. Thank you so much for participating and at a high level. And so I want to extend it one more week with some grace from you guys. And so I've got some other things I want you to do. The contest, we're going to extend this through next week. You write your goals, your actions, and your negative actions in our Facebook group. You put hashtag goals 2021. Next week will be the first success connection of 2021. And when we open it up, we're going to open up with a bang. We're going to be giving away a lot of free courses, free access to information and education that you need. And we're going to be picking some winners that do this inside of our Facebook group. Okay, the way that looks is just like this: goals, actions, and negative actions. We just went through it. Then I want you to write the same thing on a piece of paper. And I want you to post it on your mirror, on your nightstand, on your wall, on your refrigerator, whatever. Take a picture, post that in our group, and hashtag goal pick. You see it right there, goal pick, right? I'm going to be adding more gifts in, more people, picking people that do goal pick and goals 2021. All right, but you got to post them in our Facebook group and you've got to do the hashtags. All right, then today, I want you to create your daytime allocation, meaning I want you to draw out your allocation. I want to know when we get to 2021, you got this stuff done. I want you to draw this out right here, your daytime allocation, boom. And I want you to post it in our Facebook group and tag it, hashtag 2021 time, 2021 time. I'm going to be giving away courses plus money next week. Next week's going to be a big kickoff. Thousands of dollars will be given away to start 2021, just for the hell of it, just because I want to inspire you. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. I make no money when you post this in the Facebook group. I just know that when we post, we're making intention. We're putting it out there. We're saying, I intend to do this. And you're more likely to do it if you've taken the time to think it through, write it out, post it, right? So that's the reason why I do these contests. So you can do hashtag 2021 time right there. Boom, 2021 time, okay? And you write that time chart out of how you're going to allocate your time. You could be a winner next week. Of course, if you post every single day in the group between now and next week, we're giving away a $100 cash prize to somebody that does that. Again, that should be part of your time anyway, posting in that group every single day, all right? Next week, we will discuss the new business that we're going to be launching. So that'll start next week. So next week, you'll find out what we're going to do to start 2021 off. What type of business are we going to build together? What type of business are we going to start right out of the gate? You're going to know first thing when you get on here next week. And then I want to remind all of you, When you get paid from us, a lot of you in our Partner with Anthony program, we actually paid you twice this month. I don't know if you noticed that. We paid you your October commissions, and we went ahead and paid your November commissions in December. We do that for our affiliates all the time. It gives you a lot of cash right at the end of the year, Christmas, holiday time. So we've made multiple payments. When we pay you, please post those payment shots inside of the Facebook group, and just put hashtag PWA money right there. Hashtag PWA money. This lets us keep up with a list of all of you that are getting paid each and every month through our Partner with Anthony program. That helps inspire other people not to buy the program. They're already in the group because they bought it. It's inspiring people to use it, right? When they see you making money, they say, damn, maybe I could make money. And that inspiration is what we need, you know, as a community, as a group, as a country, as a world, right? Now more than ever, we need every ounce of inspiration and motivation we can get, right? Because the deck has been stacked against us in 2020. We got to come out of 2021 in a better spot. And I think we can do it if we work together, if we really create a sense of community, if we really give a damn about the person next to us, if you really care enough about the person that posed a question in the Facebook group that maybe you know the answer to, but usually you'd shrug it off and move on because it takes up your time, right? But if you gave a damn enough to post and take your time to answer that question for that person, what could it do to change their lives? What path would it put them on, right? Think about that. We got to have that this year. And I want our group, our community, to be a leader in that. We have millions of people that tune in to My Success Connection training every year. Let's be leaders. You know what I mean? Let's be people that help each other. And let's reach out and help one another as much as we possibly can, so that we can reach the goals that we've set for each other and for ourselves in 2021. You with me on that? Just say yes. Okay, very good. Let me give you access to your Student Resource Center for the very last time in 2020. So check this out. If you're new, we have a Student Resource Center for you. It looks just like this. Everything you could possibly need as a Success Connection student is right here. You can join our Facebook group right here. This is what you'll need to do in order to complete all those homework assignments I gave you. Of course, if you've got my book on Amazon, I'd love for you to leave me a review. We're going to be announcing a winner for this contest right here next week as well, and we'll start another one for the new year. Follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, learn how to do this stuff. Just got to put yourself out there. If you don't have ClickFunnels, you need to get ClickFunnels. There's a link right here to a free trial. This lets you set up your ClickFunnels account completely free. It costs you nothing, okay? Not a thing to get started. All of the funnels and all of the things that we've built for you, both this year and for many years back, are built in ClickFunnels. You can't use these funnels unless you have ClickFunnels, because that's how we share them with you. So I need you to get ClickFunnels, not because I want to hard sell you on something. Yes, that's an affiliate link if you use this. If you just despise the fact that I might make $17 a month off of you getting ClickFunnels, then go to clickfunnels.com and get it. And guess what? When you come back to this page, you can still download all those funnels without ever buying it from me. So it's okay, right? Doesn't matter to me at this point. Do whatever you feel is good for you, right? But you got to have ClickFunnels. This is a free trial, okay? Then you can download any of these yellow bars, okay? Represent new businesses that we've built with you on the Success Connection. So all of these represent businesses we built on the Success Connection. You can download all of them. This is the latest one. It was the full stack business, okay? You can literally click this download button, boom, 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 boom. You can download all of those assets. Here's the thing about this. All of these assets remain available until midnight tonight, and then they come down. The reason that we lock all these links up at midnight is because people steal my links, put them on social media, and give all my funnels away to people that aren't even students. That's an unfortunate reality of the internet. So you can come to this page and you can download completely done for you businesses, all of them. Even if you're a brand new student, you can get every one that we've ever done. completely free tonight. All you got to do is go to this page, get ClickFunnels, and then make sure you download all the funnels, okay? So how do you get to this page? That's the question I always get. And of course, I love to give the answer to the question. You just simply go right here to this link, go.vsd.com/funnel, and you type in the password for the last time, 2021, all right? So go.vsd.com/funnel, and you type in the password 2021. That is the last time we will use that password, and this is the last Success Connection of 2020. So, of course, you've got some homework to make your daytime allocation list posted in our Facebook group. We'll be sending you an email with all the notes and the follow-ups and all of that from tonight on the replay. But most importantly, I want to thank all of you for spending 2020 with me. I know it's been a hard year for everybody, but remember, time is what we make it, right? We get to choose. And even though I look back at 2020 and there's been some rough stuff, there's also been some great stuff, right? Some phenomenal stuff. And as I look forward to 2021, I see even more greatness, more awesome, more phenomenal. And I'm so excited to have you be a part of that, and just so thankful for the community that we have here and for the amount of time and space that you create in your lives for me to do what I love to do, which is teach and educate on internet marketing. So thank you so much for giving me purpose. There's been many times in the last couple of years where, you know, I felt like I would lose my way. But then I always had purpose, right? I always had this purpose for the Success Connection that I've really just owned and recognized and been aware of so much that I thought, I can't quit this, I can't quit that. There's all these people that show up every week, and it's been great for me to give me purpose and reason to keep doing what I do, even through some of the roughest times in my life. So as we turn the page from 2020 to 2021, I'm thankful for the experiences, and most definitely thankful for the community and for each one of you. So please be safe if you are going out for a partying tonight. I know it's, let's see, I guess it's 10 Eastern now, right? Started, yeah. I get my time. I always tell everybody it's at 9 Eastern, but it's really at 8 o'clock for me, right? So it's like 9 o'clock for me now. So I just use Eastern time zone, I guess, just because it's everybody else did, even though I'm in Central. So I always stop and think, but the New Year's right around the corner, and I hope all of you celebrate safely. And I look forward to seeing you all right here, same place, same time next week on the Success Connection. Go to the link, get your assets, go to the Facebook group, make your posts, do your homework, and I'll see you all in 2021. Take care, everybody. Good night.